Angel's Redemption, a story of grace and resilience. Angel was born on a cold winter night, her cries piercing through the thin walls of a rundown apartment. Her arrival wasn't met with the warmth of love or the promise of a bright future. Instead, Angel's childhood was a symphony of chaos, filled with the echoes of her parents' drunken fights and the stench of despair that hung heavy in the air. Her parents, shackled by the chains of addiction, had little to give her besides their own pain. Growing up, Angel learned to fend for herself. By the time she was 13, she had seen more of life's darkness than many see in a lifetime. The streets became her escape, but they also became her prison. Angel fought to survive, often with her fists. Her teenage years were a whirlwind of bad choices: alcohol, cigarettes, relationships that left her more broken than before, and the weight of teenage motherhood. By the time Angel was 20, she was exhausted. Poverty clung to her like a shadow, and the bruises, both physical and emotional, from domestic violence, told a story she was too ashamed to share. She looked at herself in the mirror one day, her once bright eyes now dim with hopelessness, and whispered, "Maybe I was never meant for more." But deep inside, a voice stirred. It wasn't loud or commanding. It was gentle and persistent. "I know your worth," it said. "I have a plan for you." Angel didn't understand it at first. Who could love someone as broken as her? Who could see greatness in the ashes of her life? Desperate for change, Angel decided to listen to that voice. She dusted off an old Bible she had once received as a child and began to read. The words felt foreign at first, but they sparked something within her. She started to pray, not the eloquent prayers she thought God might want, but raw, honest cries from the depths of her soul. She fasted, seeking clarity and strength, and found herself drawn to worship music that soothed her spirit in a way nothing else ever had. Angel began to replace the negativity in her life with things that uplifted her. She cut off toxic relationships, turned off the violent and degrading shows she used to watch, and instead surrounded herself with messages of hope and encouragement. Every step felt like trudging through thick mud, but she held on to the belief that God was walking beside her. The process wasn't easy. The pain didn't disappear overnight, and the memories still haunted her. But slowly, Angel felt a shift. The layers of hurt, shame, and bitterness she had carried for so long began to peel away. She learned to forgive her parents, her abusers, and even herself. She discovered a peace she had never known, one that came from trusting God to heal her from the inside out. Years later, Angel stood before a group of women at a shelter, sharing her story. Her eyes, once filled with despair, now shone with hope. She had become a counselor and advocate, using her pain to guide others toward healing. The teenage mother who thought she had no future was now a business owner, a loving mother, and a beacon of light to those still lost in the darkness she had once known so well. As Angel reflected on her journey, she realized that God had been there all along, carrying her through every storm. She looked back not with regret, but with gratitude for the strength she had gained and the purpose she had found. And as she gazed at the faces of the women before her, she spoke the words she now knew to be true. God knows your worth. He has a plan for your life. And if He could bring me out of the darkness, He can do the same for you.